And this competition replays from the user Killer B. That is Killer B, and he's driving the FCM-50T on a standard battle on Malinovka. FCM-50T, bit of tier 8 heavy tank for the French. So straight away, Killer B going to be heading to the left-hand side, probably going to be heading up that hill. You know what Malinovka's like, it's a long, slow trek to the inevitable demise from artillery that will almost certainly transpire up on the hill. Although he has spotted out an ELC here, not quite able to land anything as there are other tanks in the way. And that just looks like it's turned into a massive waste of time for everybody. You know, this ELC is pushing for some reason, has a shot but misses. Hopefully somebody can take this guy out. It looks like he might just be going for a scout medal, because there's not really going to be much he can achieve here. He gets taken out by Killer B, so at least stopping yielded some kind of results. And then you resume the normal trudge all the way up the hill to inevitably die to artillery. So we're just going to speed this one up. 2 light tanks stopping at the church for some reason. Not really sure what they're going to achieve there. I think Killer B may have been thinking the same thing, as he just has a little look at them. Everybody looking like they want to hide at the church. Killer B the only guy on the hill at the moment. So he's going to have to play it carefully, as he doesn't really have any support. And any support that he could have is also stopped at that church, and is going to be really, really slow to get up the hill in the form of those 2 KV-2s. As a quick look towards the centre there, as there is a T-71. Not quite able to get the gun depression to get anything on him. French tanks have notoriously bad gun depression. There we go, able to get into a position. Going to allow his gun to close in just a little bit more. That's the best he's going to get. Gets a lovely shot onto him as he backs off at 570 metres. That was an excellent shot. You can see the gun reticule not going to close any more than this, and the T-71 is a small tank. You can only see the very top of his turret. Has a shot there, but it looks like he gets taken out by the E8 Sherman while his shell is still in the air. Spots the side of an ISU 152 here. Gets a lovely shot there. So he only got a 6-second reload, and for a heavy tank that's pretty damn good. Going to try and get a second shot here. Going to have to be at the front armour there, as he is able to get it onto target. It's been quite lucky here that there hasn't been a lot more tanks pushing up this hill. There is a Tiger 2 here now, but these 2 KV-2s are now en route. There is an IS-3 also camping at the church. And there we go. The only reason we thought that there weren't more tanks on the hill is because they weren't spotted. There is a VK and a T-32, is that? Up the top there. That is a T-34. Looks like the Tiger 2's focusing in on one of those KV-2s, so Killer B just going to pop himself out and have a shot at him. They're almost certainly going to have the reload on him. He fires. Looks like he's got the stock turret, so if worst comes to worst, you can just shoot him in the face, and those ones are pretty much going to be guaranteed to penetrate. Tiger P coming in from the left-hand side. Not quite got the alpha damage to take him out, but it looks like he just rams the side of the 50T and kills himself. But practically no damage whatsoever. So very, very smart play there from that Tiger P. T-34 looking like he wants to come in as well, but he gets shot by probably that IS-3. Killer B going to be looking, gets a great shot through his track there, but not quite able to go through the armour. A little bit unfortunate. Still got to pay attention to this Tiger 2 here. He doesn't want to take free damage from him. He gets taken out by the IS-3, and that just leaves this Tiger 2 to duel with now. Going to put one through his side armor as he backs off, but the ISU 152 from earlier is now making his way up the hill. He's only got 500 hit points, but that's at least a couple of shots from Killer B, as he doesn't really have the alpha damage. This IS-3 is moving up to behind the rock to offer some support. Better late than never, I suppose. This battle not going well in their favour at 5 kills to 8 to the enemy. And wait for this Tiger to head around the corner, gets a great shot onto him. He's got a lot more brawling ability than this stock Tiger 2, but the FCM doesn't really have very good armor, so got to play it carefully. One shot through this turret should be enough. He takes him out for kill number 3, and this ISU 152 is in a world of trouble now as the light tanks finally decide to show up and put their mark on the game, although the 152 does get taken out by the IS-3. So now going to have to head back towards the base. They've won the fight for the hill, but it looks like they may have to abandon it, as there is an IS-3 and an AMX-12T in and around their base. Also a T-28 prototype making a beeline across the way there as there was only that Centurion 1 close to their cap circle, and he gets taken out. ARL 44 is in there to spot. Has a blind shot, but probably doesn't land that one, as it would have taken him out. Losing this one 11 kills to 7 at the moment. IS-3 also seeing which way the wind's blowing. He abandons the hill, going to move down towards the base. Had a pretty good game so far. 2,000 points of damage and 3 kills. Just having a quick look. Does find the IS-3. He is out in the open, and he's going to be in all sorts of trouble now because he doesn't have any cover anywhere near him whatsoever, and he's going to take shots from all angles here. Looks like he doesn't see Killer B. Only saw the ARL there. The ARL's going to get pounded now as he hasn't taken cover at all quick enough. Still losing this one at 8 kills to 12. The IS-3's moving in down the A line. The ARL has now dropped back into cover. There's just the 3 of them left. I'm going to have to try and cover the base, as the last time a lot of these tanks were spotted was making their way towards the base. T-28 prototype crossing the open field. That IS probably almost certainly came with them when they realised that the Centurion 1 was the last defender in the base. Not really sure where this AMX-12T is. We're going to speed this one up again until we get back into the action, as Malinovka tends to have these long pauses. T-25-2 making a move across the field there underneath the hill. Killer B takes a couple of hits there. Couple from the T-25 and one from the side. Not really sure who the one from the side was from. Maybe from that T-28 prototype, but I thought he was in cover. Maybe he wasn't. T-28 prototype is also going to be in loads and loads of trouble here, as he also has no cover. Killer B's landing some excellent shots at range here. That one was also at about 570 meters, and that one was a fantastic kill. The IS-3 falls to the T-28 prototype. Going to try and get a shot on this 12T. What a beautiful shot to take him out there. Almost having to fire that one blind, as the 12T was about to fade away. Did land the shot with him travelling at almost full speed. You can see he switched to APCR rounds here because he's going to try and find this AT-7. Going to have to try and get the side of him. He hasn't been spotted here. Gets a beautiful shot through the side of the AT-7. You can just guarantee the AT-7's going to either get into cover or just straighten up and put his front armor onto target. It's going to be a lot more difficult for Killer B to penetrate, although it looks like he can just put shots down into the roof. Having the high ground here, he's going to be able to rain shots down on the top of the the AT-7. The AT-7's going to have to... He can't really stop in the middle of the open there. He's going to have to make a move and try and even up the elevation here. It does take a big hit from the artillery, and now he's in trouble. Only got 162 hit points, which means he can't really duel at all with the AT-7. He can't afford to take any damage whatsoever. Having a little bit of a rage in chat just because it's him versus 4 tanks. I'd probably be doing exactly the same thing here. Too busy typing in chat there, and he takes another shot from that M44. He reloads very, very quickly. Only got 80 hit points left now, so if he hadn't had a little bit of a complaint in chat, probably had a little bit more hit points left. I'm going to see if he can get anything done here. Even if he can just take a couple of them out, then he can have an excellent game. He's already got a Top Gun medal and 4 and a bit thousand points of damage. He's using his speed to carousel around the AT-7. And that's not something you hear about a heavy tank very often, using its speed, but when compared with an AT-7, anything, it really is fast. And gets a beautiful shot to finish him off, and that's kill number 7. Now, going to have to make a beeline for the base, but he's going to have to be careful because he knows the artillery is focused on the area because he's the only tank left. And that M44 has a very deceptive reload. Puts one in the ground behind where he used to be. Still an IS and a T-34-85. Like I said, can't afford to take any damage, but maybe he can pick himself up a Defender medal. And he's got a Top Gun medal, so he's had a decent game. Backs off just a little bit. Looks like the IS may have been looking in this location, but may have just been scanning around the area. Has another shot. That one just missed. As you can see, it landed on the ground. Looks like he hasn't been spotted, as the artillery hasn't wrecked him just yet. Going to focus in on this IS. IS really should just wait there for the T-34-85, and the two of them can either assault this position or they can both cap together. Really, the T-3485 needs to come through the open field behind where the FCM is of Killer B. And then the IS, as the T-3485 arrives, moves into the cap circle to get Killer B to fire, and that'll reveal his location to the T-3485. Although, to be honest, the T-3485 could very well be AFK. He has 0 kills, and he's never been spotted. And in fact, the M44 is making a move across the open field, gets a beautiful shot there on the move, but not quite able to take him out. Not sure where the M44's shot goes, but it flies through the air ineffectually. And he's able to exact his revenge and get himself a Radley Walters medal. But like I said, the T-3485 should really be making a move the same way that the M44 did. But with the M44 making the move instead, begs the question is the T-3485 AFK? So he hasn't been spotted all game, he has no kills, we don't know if he's actually done anything. Troll armor of the IS coming into play there. Looks like the IS doesn't know where the FCM is, as he's just looking randomly. Looks like he's got enough bushes to keep him hidden here. He does now move into the cap circle, gets another great hit onto his rear there. It looks like he may have taken his track out, as the IS hasn't done anything about running away, although he did start to traverse his turret, so that means that Killer B is almost certainly spotted here, so he's going to have to move. There's the T-3485, not AFK at all, making a move towards the base there. Looks like he's not bothered with trying to shoot the FCM. Does traverse his turret half-heartedly in this direction, but it's nowhere near focused enough. He should really just come around the corner. Killer B only got 83 hit points. He can just charge him down. To be honest, he could probably ram him and take him out, although that might not be a good idea, as we saw the Tiger P ram the side of this tank earlier and explode into a shower of flame and metal. So it looks like the T-3485 going for the base capture instead. Only 1 minute and 50 left on the clock. And he's going to have to come in and decap this. Does find the 3485, continues to move, puts a rock between himself and the T-3485. T-3485 hides behind the corpse of the T-28 prototype. Killer B can't see any of the 3485 at all. So he moves around the left-hand side of the rock, still can't see anything. That T-28 prototype providing excellent cover. So Killer B going to charge forward. He's got 50 seconds to think of something to do. He gets into cover. To be honest, I'm not sure what this T-3485 is thinking. He could just move around this T-28, get to the side of this FCM-50T, put one shot into him and win the game for his team. But as it is, he's moving. No idea what was going through his head there. But as it is, Killer B picks himself up 6,500 points of damage, almost 7,000, 10 kills, pools medal, and single-handedly at the end wins that one for his team. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in.